I took too long to take that risk. People who doubted, I don't even know who they were.
Are you thinking to do something similar here in Dubai?
You read my mind, Anna, I guess, that I'm not going to give up. I'm here to stay in real estate. The best time to invest was yesterday. And if you missed it, the best time is today.
Hello everyone, today we're joined by Jasmeet S Anand, the powerhouse who turned a loss-making business into million-dirham success. He has made a remarkable transition from banking in India to dominating Dubai real estate market. Jasmeet, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Anna. It's great to be here today.
So let's start with your background. You had an over 25 years of experience back in India in banking. What led you to transition in Dubai real estate market?
What attracted me to Dubai was world-class infrastructure, business-friendly environment, and the lifestyle. What attracted me to real estate? It was a natural choice since I was already into banking. And three things are needed in banking. One is trust, second is relationship, and your financial strategy. Same is the requirement of real estate here. So it was a very natural move that I made from banking to real estate here.
Well, but it's such a drastic career shift. What was the biggest challenges you faced on your transition?
The first was letting go of secure and respectable career position, followed by doubts on yourself. And then the financial struggle, that you have to manage your finances on your own. While in service or in banking, everything was being taken care. Here, everything I had to start from scratch, manage it, day-to-day operations as well, sales as well, and building trust of the people in me.
Were there people around you who was maybe doubting you? That like, why are you leaving such a big thing that you already did? Already everything is stable. Why are you doing this move?
Maybe there were people, but did not look at them. Who I looked at was my family, my wife, my kids, and my parents, who were absolutely supportive of my decision. Not even a minute they doubted me. That's what matters the most to me. And people who doubted, I don't even know who they were.
They didn't tell you.
They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me, I didn't ask them.
Okay, but from your side, did you ever had a thought that maybe this is too much? I should not do this. Maybe I should think again.
There were moments where I was doubting myself as well. But then I also got reminded that what held me and what made me take this decision. And I wanted to prove my decision right. The entire struggle was not with the rest of the world. The struggle was with myself only. That whether I want to do it or not. Yes, a lot of self-doubt will always come to you when you try to do something new. Because I was used to doing a particular job for 25 years and I did not come out of it ever. Now I think that I took too long to take that risk. I should have done it much earlier.
So you like Dubai, you got impressed by the city, but why did you decide to invest your own money to Dubai real estate company? At that moment, that was struggling actually. Why did you choose to do that?
Back in India, I was part of startup mentoring program. In startup mentoring program, I was mentoring some of the startups who just started or who were struggling to meet their expenses. So here was a chance where I could have gone ahead, invested my own money, got into this startup, made it profitable. Whatever I was teaching people back in India, here was an opportunity to actually go and implement and execute on myself. So this was an experiment which I did on myself, and I'm proud that the experiment went absolutely successful. Not only this, till today, I am part of advisory board of many startups back in India.
So would you like to share with us some names of that ventures?
Of course, I am on the planning commission board of National Skill University in India. I am also part of advisory board for one of the biggest startup in media space back in India. And that's not all. There are many big and small ventures where I become advisor to these startups and help them to come out of losses and move towards profitability.
Are you thinking to do something similar here in Dubai?
You read my mind, Anna, I guess, because I'm already empaneled with 3 of the startups in Dubai where I'll be mentoring their entire operations, right from setting up the company to scaling it up and making it profitable will be my responsibility as a consultant to them.
Okay, so going back to a real estate company, what was the biggest challenges that you faced and how did you overcome it at the end?
So there were many, but to name a few, number one was to create visibility and reach out to people. So I used my personal network, my banking network. Some of them became investors, some of them became buyers, and most of them became brand ambassador That was the biggest challenge that I overcame. Second was to get into the big deal, big tickets. And that also happened through the network which I had back in India. All the HNIs back in India who were entrusting their millions of rupees anyways on me. It was easy for me to garner them and move them to Dubai's real estate and start their journey in real estate investment here. So that was the first thing. And then the brand visibility, that how do we create the brand so big that people know about it. When you name the brand, people should know about the brand. We did a lot of roadshows back in India, Australia. We did campaigns in UK and Canada. These are the 4 markets we were focusing more. So we started reaching out to people there, and we reached a point when people knew us by name. One of the biggest challenge and to overcome was not very easy, to hire the right people and to fire the wrong people. So this was something where which took a lot of energy, because to get the right people is definitely a tough task, but to get rid of the wrong people is also a big task. So we did achieve both, and we had a very strong, not too big, but very stable and strong team. And every member of the team was determined to succeed. And the biggest challenge for any startup, not just for mine, is decision making. If you can take decision, right, you can make things go right. So that's what we did. We started taking decisions and things started going right.
Were there moments that you felt like giving up?
There was not a moment that I thought of giving up, but yes, there were times which were very heavy on me. So when I was going through those times, the only thing I was thinking, why did I start if I had to give up? So I decided that I'm not going to give up till the time I don't achieve or till the time I don't reach where I wanted to reach. The doubts will always be there, right? I think that we all are human beings, so that those doubts will come to us, and many times they'll come to us. But not to stop is an option that you always have. So I decided and I opted not to stop, not to give up.
Okay, but what was the hardest period of time? When you just joined, or maybe after some time when you got demotivated, maybe because of something, that nothing is that easy?
What I realized in entrepreneurship, the easiest thing is to get in. That's the easiest thing. Like when you get in, there is everything is going good. You will love it. And when you start doing things, then the struggle will start. And anyone who's not doing anything is not struggling. So when I was not doing anything, I was not struggling. The only struggle started when I started doing things. And it took a lot of energy. It took a lot of time. And I understand that with teams also, with people also around, there were a lot of pull and push at times. Because I'm very harsh on myself, I'm harsh on people also around. So as much as I was demanding from myself, I was demanding from people also around. So when I'm demanding from people, when I'm demanding from myself, there will be a struggle. And there will be these moments, you call them hard. Yes, the moments were hard. But whether the hard things paid off or not, yes, they really did pay very well.
What were the first critical moves you made to turn things around?
First one was to remove the flap. And then to start looking at business potential and how do we scale the business up. So we started multiple things simultaneously. One, as I earlier mentioned, that hiring the right people. And then we started reaching out to people who could become the brand ambassador to us. That was the biggest and the best move that we did, because people started becoming our brand ambassadors everywhere. So be it all the 4 locations I mentioned, whether it was India, UK, Canada, or Australia, these are the places where we only had our network. We just utilized that network, reached out people, and we started getting business from them.
How long did it take for you to start generating the profit for the company?
It looked like ever, but yes, it took precisely 8 months for us to start generating revenue for the company. The profit, revenue anyway, we started in 3rd month, but the profit started from 8th month. We started making profit for the company.
Okay, then how did you make it big?
The scaling was the next big challenge. That how do we scale the business? One, the high ticket value business, which we started doing on our own, and then scaling the teams, and then getting our marketing team very strong. That is what led to scale up and multiply the business also from there on.
Okay, but reaching peak is one thing. Knowing when to exit is another. How did you understand that now is the right time for you to step away?
Exiting is part of startup journey. So any investor, when he gets into a new startup, he already has a plan. He knows exactly when to quit, when to move out of this venture, and get into another. Scalability is what business will always keep looking at. But for investor, there's a entry point, there's a scale, and then there's exit. So as a startup investor, any startup investor, I'm too small in that space, but if you look at all the bigger ones as well, they all have a exit strategy in place that they exactly know when is the time for me to exit from this venture. And anyways, I'm exiting from one company. I'm not exiting from real estate. I'm here to stay in real estate.
We hear from all over the places that Dubai real estate is booming, but a lot of investors, they still hesitate. How do you think? Is it the right time to invest now, today?
They say about real estate that the best time to invest was yesterday. And if you missed it, the best time is today. Because tomorrow is not going to be the better time than today to invest. So we missed it yesterday, and some of the investors also missed it yesterday. The best time is today, right? Because real estate is not a short-term journey. It's not something that you buy today and think of selling tomorrow or today evening. It's not stock market. It is something which you are going to hold for generations or at least decades, if not generations. People generally buy real estate for 2-3 reasons. One, to stay, and second, to make it a heirloom for the family, that which I can pass on to my generations. So this investment always makes money in long run. So if you really want to invest today.
But I heard the opinion that there might be a correction anytime soon. What is your opinion about it?
Okay, where did you hear this from?
I cannot say you exactly, but like it's somewhere around. Somewhere in there.
We can say it's hearsay. Like people do talk anything. Somebody who could not buy property yesterday will say it's too expensive. Somebody who's bought will never say that. So I'm sure the people who are saying that there might be a correction, they missed the bus and now they're discouraging others. That's as simple as that. That somebody who's missed the bus is now trying to discourage others. Also, don't buy. There might be correction. See, one, I don't see any correction in Dubai real estate in near future. That's my personal thing. Right? I don't see. But at the same time, look at the influx. Every day people are moving to Dubai. When they come here, they will need a place to stay. Look at the traffic on the road. There's so much traffic. Any road. Today it took 45 minutes from my place to come to this place. It's hardly 5 kilometers or 4 kilometers. But this is how the influx is increasing in Dubai. So they all will need a place to live, a place to stay. And if there is a expectation of prices going down, that will happen right away. It will not happen in future. You can't predict that prices will go back in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. No, sorry. Nobody can predict it. Like neither me, nor you, nor the people who are saying that there might be correction. And they are also saying might be a correction. There might not be. So my opinion is there might not be any correction. Yes, it is a market of investors. A lot of people from all over the world, they come here. There can be global reasons for money to come more, money to come less. That there can be global reasons, definitely yes. But a real estate in Dubai is a natural and a real demand. It's not a created one. It's a real demand. From 3.8 million population today, if we are planning to take it to 5.4 or 5.6 million, where will these people live? They will live in a house. And where will that house come from? From the existing inventory, which is already there in the market or getting delivered in next 1 or 2 years. These properties are also coming up with better amenities than the earlier ones. People who have money and can afford would want to go and live in a luxury property. So this demand is here to stay. I can see for next 4 to 5 years, this demand to stay. And if things change in next 4 to 5 years, they will be in favor of Dubai only.
Also from my side, I can say as the person who lives in Dubai for the last 3 years, that only thing that we see every day is a rent increase, is prices increase for the properties. Every day, every few months you see this news and you're like, more? Okay. So this is why you should buy your own investment.
Absolutely. So if you're paying rent, why are you paying rent, right? You should buy a house and live in your own house, right?
What are other misconceptions that you hear from investors who are entering this space?
I laugh at when people say the property in Dubai is expensive, because it is not. Property in London, property in New York, property in Mumbai back in India, they are much more expensive than Dubai. So that is one misconception which I generally try and tell people, that property prices are not expensive in Dubai. They will become expensive in near future. Okay. The second misconception I've heard from people is Is there a bubble in Dubai market, real estate market? Let me just share one thing. If it was bubble, it would have burst by now. It has not. And the influx of people, investor and money every day is just going up. So when more and more people are coming here, when more and more people are buying property here, this cannot be a bubble. And the third misconception, which I was surprised when I was talking to people in Australia or UK and Canada, people think that the foreign investors cannot own a property in Dubai. Now there are 180 nationalities which call Dubai a home. I think all these nationalities, all these people from all these countries, they are buying homes in Dubai. They are planning to stay here forever, not for 2 or 5 years. And it's a absolutely freehold property, what we are talking about. You can pass it on to generations, you can rent, you can sell, you can do anything with your property. So these are the misconceptions people carry. But I think with more and more awareness, these misconceptions are going away.
Also about the price point, if we will compare the type of property that Dubai can offer you for amount of money and compare it to the other cities, there's such a big difference also.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you just want to compare per square foot price of Dubai versus per square foot price of any big city in the world, I'm sure Dubai will beat all of them hands down.
So what is one piece of advice you would give to business owners and investors to scale in today's economy?
The only advice I have for any investor or business owner is write your own story. Don't look at anyone else because everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own plans. No two stories can be same. So if you plan to scale or if you want to become big, please write your own story. Like, don't look at somebody else's story. They can only motivate you, but that story will not take you to your scale.
Okay, what is your next pull?
I'll leave it for the next podcast. But just to share, I'm going to stay in real estate and in Dubai. A lot of people, right, who are coming to Dubai, they're looking for a genuine and a trusted advisor, not a property salesperson. So I am that trusted advisor, be it banking, be it real estate. I want to be that trusted advisor and not a salesperson. And I want to continue helping people in their journey. I'm here not for business only. I'm here to help people to continue in their journey, whether it was banking in India and now real estate in Dubai. I want to be their journey partner. And that's what I'm doing.
So thank you, Jasmeet, for joining us today.
Thank you.
It was really insightful conversation. Thank you for watching. We hope you find this interview insightful. And please make sure to share, comment below, and follow us for more interviews from entrepreneurs and business owners. Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye-bye.